It's wrestling. You can have the greatest story in the world, you still have to be in the ring.
Yeah, I just think maybe they could have like ramped up the story a little bit more.
Well, they kind of did.
Some stories. Which have been the best stories going into WrestleMania?
Reigns Rhodes obviously would be the number one story. I guess the Sammy Owens story would be two. Three would be Ripley, probably, in terms of if we're going realistically, or not just what I want. That's debatable though, because they haven't really fucking built anything. I feel like they've just focused on the bloodline.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 I got, and then there's one more that I differ on.
Okay.
So I'd actually put Roman and Cody as the third story right now.
Okay.
Ray and Dom second, and then Sammy and the Usos first. Now, that's obviously not fair because they've had one story, Sammy and the Usos, have been going on for, I don't know, 9-10 months. And then Dom and Ray, that's been building for just about as long. So, like, those two just have been built throughout the year. And then Cody, he won the Royal Rumble. That's just been a couple weeks for him. So it's just not fair. Like, it wasn't fair that he got hurt either, but it happened.
Yeah, but are you excited to see Dominic and...
Yes.
You're excited to see them wrestle and have a match?
Yes. Golly. Maybe I was excited for the payoff that I got on SmackDown. And that was the height of what I wanted to see.
Probably. I don't see them having a really good match. I don't think Dominique is very good to begin with. And Ray, legend or not, he's not the same as he was in his heyday when he was battling for the Cruiserweight title.
First of all, if you're telling a story, this doesn't really have to be... Ray shouldn't be bouncing off the ropes or high-flying and 619ing and all that. This should be a personal, straightforward fight.
But he'll still 619. They'll both 619 each other, and it'll...
Well, Dom,
Ray will
I know
be...
Dom will, because he's going to be playing up the heel persona.
So will Ray, because that's what he does.
I don't want to see Ray bouncing around the ring like he's
Do you
just wrestling a random SmackDown match.
Do you
it's
remember...
supposed to be like a grudge.
Do you remember his feud with Eddie Guerrero, and Eddie was basically brainwashing Dominique? He still did the little bouncy around bullshit when they finally got into the ring. So
I mean, I just hope they pay attention to detail enough.
They won't. It'll be a horrible match.
I hate it so much when there's this big grudge, right? They've been brawling, they've separated, they just hate each other, and the guy's going for roll-ups for a victory. Like, no roll-ups. Like, you should be trying to beat this dude so you can't stand. I don't want you to just get a luck fluke win and then rolling up the ring. It's like, I gotcha. That's good enough for me. You came in my house and slapped my wife, but I rolled you up, so we're even.
Right, so if the guy that was doing the slapping, if he won by roll-up, that would make sense. Because that'd be an extra, like,
yeah.
I slapped your wife, then pissed in your mouth.
Yeah, but the guy who's trying to get even, I don't want him going for roll-ups.
Well, going back a little bit, I just don't see how the story could be a high-ranking one if the match is going to suck ass.
The story's there. Now, maybe they do make it a memorable match. Maybe they play to their strengths. It doesn't have to be, Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle.
If you don't want it to be good, then why even be there?
You can tell a story without having a good match.
You just got done saying how they were building it for almost a year. And for them to...
They built it around a story. So now the match should be a story.
It's fucking wrestling. Why the fuck wouldn't it be good? Fuck the story. It's wrestling. You can have the greatest story in the world, you still have to be in the ring. And if that sucks, then it's all for nothing.
Well, I'm saying if they do it right, it doesn't have to suck. If they're not trying to flip-flop, it doesn't have to suck. If they're just, like, straightforward, beating ass, like, I don't want to see hurricanranas and
but you're going
top rope splashes.
That's what I'm saying.
Seated sentons. I don't want to see all of that.
It's going to be Dominique pushing Ray down a lot and shit-talking, but there's just going to be flips. It's going to be a Rey Mysterio match. And I'm sorry, at this stage of his career, I've seen enough Rey Mysterio.
If Ray is going to finally overcome Dom, or are they going to give Dom the win and push him to the next stratosphere? He went into WrestleMania and beat his dad after all he's done to his dad. There's something there. Like, is Ray gonna get his revenge, or is Dom going to the next stratosphere?
I think the Intercontinental title storyline is more compelling than the Mysterio storyline.
What's the story on the Intercontinental title with Gunther? With Gunther, what is the story?
Can he keep his belt? He said on SmackDown, whatever he has to do to retain his title, it's on Adam Pearce's hand. So is he going to gouge out both both people's eyes? How's he going to do it? Is he going to lose for the first time?
If you want to talk about the story in that match, there's a bigger story between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus.
Oh, I agree.
Like, Gunther's just kind of there.
Yeah,
Which,
unfortunately
seems like, I don't know. I think one of us said, and then the other one agreed with the sentiment that it should be a one-on-one match, not a triple threat match.
Right.
I know you want to get everybody on the card, but now look at you.
I hate triple threat matches.
Yeah, you've muddied the water, and now the main guy of this all seems like a second thought.
Right. Realistically, the whole story in the whole match is between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus and their little in-sync feud.
Yeah, the one not letting the other one win, and yada yada yada.
Sheamus has hurt feelings.
I mean, match-wise, of course, it'll be good match, but
Yeah, it'll be great.
we're only talking about builds here.
But I gotta say, I'm tired of seeing both Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. It seems like they've been plastered all over the place.
Well, hopefully they go their separate ways after WrestleMania. It hasn't been confirmed, but there is rumblings that shortly after WrestleMania, there's going to be a draft. So
I wish they would just combine the roster.
I guess they have enough. The important people go back and forth.
See, that's the thing. They don't give a shit about the brands.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, what also doesn't make sense is Monday Night Raw.